Hey everybody, it's QSTORM. I'm back on the Real QSTORM YouTube channel. Coming at you live, well not live, but I'm coming at you in 4K. I decided to finally invest in 4K resolution. I got the new camera, I got the new recorder, and I'm shooting this video review on it, and you're probably watching it on a monitor on YouTube that's about that big. Anyway, let me get into this review about The Infiltrator starring Cranston. There's nothing really new in this film. If you take the tone of Argo and add 5 parts Donnie Brasco, a pinch of Goodfellas, and a skosh of American Hustle, you've got this movie. Now that's not necessarily a bad thing, because those are some great films to emulate. The Infiltrator is based on the true story of government agent Robert Mazer, who went undercover to bust a money laundering organization run by Pablo Escobar in the 1980s. The movie starts off with a great setup scene that introduces us to Mazer and also sets up how dangerous his line of work is. It's a brilliant scene and it drew me in immediately. Now Cranston does what he usually does, that being delivers a great performance. But honestly, what's funny about him is that in just about everything I've seen with him, including Seinfeld.
Is it Jerry Seinfeld? Hey, he didn't come with us.
Tim, the pencil.
Jerry! Hey, Tim.
He always starts off a little shaky for me, like I can see him acting, but eventually he settles into the role and he completely disappears into the role. Same thing here. Once I get a sense of who his character is, I'm like, okay, I'm on board for the ride.
Kano says Don Chepe's $10 million is frozen, which is actually Pablo Escobar's money, and he doesn't give a rat's ass that our government did it. He wants his money, and it's not going to be over
You're
until he
listening to
gets
me.
it.
There's a Senate investigation into Noriega. You're not getting money that went through Panama. Frozen is frozen. Accept it.
Mark, it's f***ing up our operation.
We need you to fix this for us.
How am I going to fix this? You want me to call Senator Kerry? Hey, John, could you drop your investigation that the president has sanctioned? Because my friend Bob's getting really upset. Reagan wants Noriega's ass. Are you listening to me?
Hey, you know what Alcaino said? That's not an answer that keeps you alive, my friend, okay?
Hey, what did he say that for? No, wait a second. Hold on. Did he threaten you?
No.
Did he put your neck in the noose?
Yeah, and he's squeezing.
No, he didn't. Roberto didn't say that. He wouldn't say that.
It's Escobar.
No, wait a second. Bob, are you in danger from Pablo Escobar if his money doesn't come through?
I don't recall any false notes in any of the performances here. John Leguizamo, who I think is one of the most underrated talents in Hollywood, I've loved him in everything I've seen him in. I think he's fantastic as Mazer's partner / sidekick. There's an amazing scene where his character is threatened with being ratted out and killed. The camera lingers on his face during the proceedings, and his expression conveys coolness, never breaking his cover, but he manages to combine that with absolute terror. The actress playing Cranston's fake wife, I was looking at her thinking, wow, this new actress, she's pretty hot. She looks like a young Jessica Lange, a la King Kong, and she's amazingly talented. Then I saw in the credits that it was Diane Kruger, whereupon I thought, okay, I really need to go rent Inglourious Basterds and check that out. Olympia Dukakis, who we haven't seen in quite a while, makes a cameo appearance in a couple scenes that are a little head-scratching but entertaining. The headline cast is rounded out by a cool and collected Benjamin Bratt as one of Escobar's distributors who becomes really close friends with the undercover Mazer, and there's also Joe Gilligan, the actor from Preacher on AMC and the British series Misfits. This film attempts to lift 2 scenes out of the ultimate gangster classic Goodfellas. There's a scene where Cranston gets to go full-on Joe Pesci with a chocolate cake, harkening back to the famous scene, "Am I a clown to amuse you?" And there's a wedding scene that lifts the classic unbroken Steadicam shot out of Goodfellas. Now none of this wins the film points for originality, but it's fun to watch nonetheless. There are a couple downsides. As I mentioned, director Brad Furman apes some classic moments from better films like Goodfellas, but at other times his attempt at style gets in the way. Scenes go from washed out to oversaturated, shots jump from wide to extreme close-up as if intending to emphasize something in the frame, but nothing comes of it. Some scenes, they seem like they're cut short, and there are characters who die out of the blue with no explanation as to who they are or where they came from. One of those scenes you see in the trailer, but I won't say anymore. Furman also juggles time periods, unintentionally. This story takes place in the 1980s, but occasionally the production design looks as if it's set in the 60s and the 70s. I also think Joe Gilligan was pretty much wasted as a low-level narc that Major springs from prison to enlist in the undercover bust. I didn't recognize him initially, his American accent being so spot on. Now, as an actor, he has such an energy to him which comes through here, but unfortunately his only purpose is to be in a handful of scenes where he repeatedly reminds us how dangerous the cartel is, even though Furman shows us little evidence of that. Furman missed a huge opportunity by not pushing Gilligan's character more to the forefront. I wouldn't put this film on the same level of classic modern-day crime films like a Donnie Brasco, a Casino, or a Goodfellas especially. It aspires to play in that league, and while it falls short, while it does have an air of rehash to it, The Infiltrator is still tense enough, entertaining enough, and smart enough, mainly due to the performances, especially Cranston and Leguizamo, that I give it 3.5 reels. And that's the martini. And if you like what you see, please subscribe.